Um,
Okay.
okay, so hey everyone. As you all know, I'm Akasa Coben, and tonight we have a special guest on the line. We have Triple Diamond leader Andrea Hardy. So we'll be hearing from her. She'll be sharing a little bit about her story and just some tips that we can use to help grow our business. So Andrea, if you can let us know how long you've been in the business and what your story is prior to it works.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me this evening. My name is Andrea Hardy, and I'm from Peoria, Illinois. So a small little town, like a couple hours from Chicago. I've been in the business since March 31st, 2014. Prior to finding it works, I was a single mom. I was engaged, so I was still single. So I was a single mom, and I had two kids, and I was working three jobs. Okay, I was working three jobs. One of them was a full time job, and the other ones were two PRN positions. And I was still robbing Peter to pay Paul. And so prior to this business, I just came into the business because I needed extra $500 in between paychecks because I had more months than money always. And it was just like struggle bus. I was just a no mom. I was just like, oh, mommy can't afford it. We can't do it. Or, really just penny pinching and really didn't have two nickels to rub together. So it was bad, y'all. It was terrible. And so I was just at that point where I was just sick and tired. And so I decided, I found it on Facebook, just saw someone posted about it. And I was just like, okay, well, these results are crazy. It's natural products. And I'm like, it didn't take me but like 2 seconds to say, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I didn't have $100, and I said that was gonna be the last time I didn't have $100. How many of y'all hear that all the time? People are, I don't have $100, and I think that is just so sad. And how you don't have $100 just at your disposal for anything, like that was crazy. But when we go to Walmart and Target, we find that money, right? We see how to find it. When we go to these stores, we see how to find that money. And so I decided to put my priorities in a different place and say, you know what, I'm going to invest in me. And so I invested at $99 and I swiped my credit card. I didn't have it in my account. So I swiped the card. I said, well, I already owe them so much. Why not put another $100 on here? But this time it's going to be invested in me. The best thing that could happen was, I could make my $100 back and pay my, what I took out from my investment on myself. Or guess what? I can pay it all back and I won't have a credit card anymore. Right? And so that's kind of where I was at prior to this company. So I was robbing Peter to pay Paul. I know a lot of you guys probably are mommies. I see some babies on here. So you guys can probably understand how that is from being stressed and pressed like it's not life. So that's kind of where I was at.
Okay. So let's talk about longevity. So you've been in the business this year, makes 4 years, right?
Definitely 4 years.
Several slow seasons, busy seasons. How have you been able to stay consistent? Because you're one of the people that I can truly say stays consistent no matter what. You're always posting on social media. You can never tell that you're having slow moments. So can you talk to us about the months when things might not be picking up as fast as you like? You might have been stuck at a rank for a long time. Like how were you able to get through those moments?
You know what? And it's funny you say that because it's all in your mind. So for you to even say that, you don't see me, slow moments and stuff like that. In my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this season is kicking my butt. It's so slow, like in my mind. But on social media, you just don't let that show, y'all. You can't let that show. You have to utilize the business for its perks, up seasons and down seasons. Everything is going to have a season every time, and you have to make sure you know what season you're in. You have to know and realize. So I think that, going triple diamond, so let me back this up. When I came in the business, my first month, I promoted the first 3 months. I was executive Ruby and Emerald, and I sat at Emerald all the way until about February because I had a whole team quit. Right? And so that was new in my business. So guess what? We threw around that D word, discouraged. I'm discouraged. Everybody quit. And so, that was a big learning curve for me, y'all, because people quit and I had to realize they did not quit on me. They quit on themselves. And so, take this from me. Don't wait that long to realize that. That they didn't quit on you. And so I think through that season, it just took me to get back, having to go back to the workforce. Because when I came in, guys, my job let me go. So this was just my extra part-time, that plan B that we usually have, and it became my plan A. God had something else in store. So I got let go of in my job, and they told me to turn everything in, okay? And so you have to realize each season. You have to know that there's ups and downs. And when you realize that and you really take heed of that, your mind will be able to accept that. How you push through it is really personal development. Your mental has to be able to be top notch, y'all. It has to be because yeah, there might be slow season, but you have to know I'm still my best customer and my products still work, boo. Even if it's slow and I'm not getting as many customers or a lot of recruits that I want, in that season. But guess what? My product, I'm still loyal to my product.
Yeah, with your phone.
Oh,
Sorry. Hold on.
it's okay.
Okay.
um,
Okay, so Melissa, I can't mute you if you don't mind muting your phone. I don't know if I'm saying your name right.
okay.
Okay, you can go ahead, Andrea. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. So I think that, what helped me through my slow seasons is a lot of personal development because, your soul can heal, but your mind, you got to silence that thing. You got to be able to silence that mind. Okay. And so your soul can heal because people are going to quit on you and people are going to join and do nothing. You're going to have all that going on, right? You got those going on. And then you just have to silence your mind from telling you like that it's not working. What if? Maybe it's not for me, whatever your mind's going to tell you. But the other thing is find that excitement that got you excited in the first place, right? And a lot of times that's your product. Finding new journeys of that excitement of what new things can I work on these next 3 to 6 months to improve so I can share my testimony. Finding that excitement and that joy in the business. What makes you happy about this business? Why does it make you happy to share this business? So when you guys have those seasons, you still have your deep core excitement because it's a passion in there, right? So it's something that's still exciting you. So even if it's a slow season, you're still feeling fulfilled because you're working within your passion. And guess what? You're still planting those seeds. So guess what? It's going to sprout when it's time for your season to come up. I think that's what pushed me the most through this journey. And so, promoting those 3 months, and then I, first 3 months sat at it until February. I was December. I was like, I had coins in my account, y'all. Literally coins for Christmas. And so I decided, I said, God, I'm going to do whatever you need me to do. I'm unhappy with my workplace job because I had to go back to work. I said, I'm unhappy with this. So I'm going to do whatever I have to do. So you guys, I built a whole diamond in a month. And then I turned around and I went diamond in February, and I turned around and went double by my first year. So within my first year, I was, at a double diamond, and then a double diamond. So March 2015, and then October, I went triple. So 7 months later, I went triple. And so, yes, 2015 to now, it's been different. Okay. So the slow seasons and the ups and downs, it's been crazy. A lot of people that went with me triple they're really not here to go press. Crazy. Okay. So it's been a crazy season. I think God was trying to show me a lot of different things through this season. Really just sticking to me and living authentically through myself and just figuring out what makes me happy. What things do I value most about this company and myself? Kind of really getting to the core of things. And why did he put me in this position, anyway? So I think you guys, really silencing your mind, letting your soul do its healing because your soul knows how to heal itself. And really pushing through those and really getting to the core of your excitement and what really keeps you happy even through the slow times. So that way when, even though if you're not per se winning the promotions and stuff that you're wanting, you're still feeling fulfilled because you're still living out your passion. If that makes sense, y'all.
It definitely does. And so, since you had so many people, quit on you per se, how did you get your mind in that state of knowing that it was something that they were quitting on like themselves, and it wasn't like they were quitting on you, like you were just a bad leader, or, maybe leadership wasn't for you? Where was your mindset during those times? Or even now, it happens, monthly to all of us. So.
It happens monthly still, okay? So I think at the beginning, because I really didn't understand what I really had my hands on, because I just started for an extra $500, and then I got put in the position for my plan B to be my plan A, And so I think at that time and early on, it was hard. It was a hard pill to swallow. It was like that first test. It was a hard pill to swallow. And I think that I did. I was like, what am I not giving? What am I not doing? Am I a bad leader? Am I a bad person? Am I not giving them what they need? Am I not, living up to the potential that you need me to be, God? Like, what am I not doing? Or is this just a season that I was just supposed to have a test in this, and that was my season to see what's next, right? And I think that it really took me to really decide what made Andrea happy and what did I truly want, and was I willing to go get it despite everyone else, their thoughts, despite anyone else giving up, despite if it took me longer than ideally the perfect mindset in our heads, because we all know, like, we all would have been ambassador already in the perfect world, right? So, or Black Diamond, whatever you want to do, right? So I think that, it just took me to really develop me. And we're getting paid to work on us, y'all, on our bodies, on our mental. And it really just took me to digest that very thing. Work on your mind. Everything else is going to lay out. The how-to is there. The steps of success is the how-to. That's simple. But your mind has to be ready for this next season, because new levels, new devils. So your mental has to be hardcore. Gotta be game for what's going to happen. Because guess what? The devil gets busy when he sees a big blessing about to come. So things are about to shake up when he gets busy in your life, and everything just seems like, oh my gosh, I can't grab a hold of this, and so I think did I answer your question?
Yeah, it definitely did. And so, like, I know prior to Alina, my sponsor, is Rachel's isn't Rachel your sponsor, or your under?
Yep, she is.
Yeah. So Rachel has done several trainings for our team before, and she's always like, she's a rap party, like, or a rap cash queen, I should say. So your team, you guys typically build off social media. So can you kind of like tell us, I know you're bigger on social media now than you were in the past, but like, how did you build in years past compared to now? And maybe you're still doing parties, I'm not sure, but I know you're more active on social now than you were.
Prior to, I think I built really more hands-on all the way up to triple. But everything kind of changed. The business kind of went through a different season. So now your social media presence is a lot bigger, of branding, of being you and authentically living out you, because the product sells itself, guys. People are just buying you at the end of the day. And, you have to know that, people are attracted to you because of what, and so getting that whole social media presence, that's something we're really learning to do, because you guys, a lot of your guys' team has that beautiful pictures and the color schemes and everything like that. So really trying to train my team to have that on social media presence as well as off social media presence. Yes, rap parties, we still do rap parties. I still meet and do one-to-one parties. I use any excuse to meet with somebody, like whatever, Social media, I love it. But I mean, you can kind of give people into your world, but I think the magic is really getting hands-on with people and getting into the presence, because I don't know, I just feel like there's magic in a room when you can get that one-to-one interaction. It's just something more about it than just, social media. So we do both. So my team is pretty much learning how to do more social media as well as behind the scenes party too. So you can be diverse.
And so we're kind of like the opposite. So our team, of course, like Young and Free, has always been social media. So like trying to find that balance of like doing parties and stuff. So how do you typically invite or book parties for people? Is it some people you meet off social media, or are you blitzing people in the streets? Like what does that look like?
Off a blitz. It can be off of a random blitz. I'm meeting people and, letting them know about the wrap. So, of course, our signature product, I'm telling them about, the card with, our blitz card and, doing that whole introduction. Hey, have you heard of this? Do you mind if I share a coupon with you? And they're like, cool. And so, I let them know this is a coupon for $25. You can try this wrap. This is what it does. It tones, tightens, and firms as little as 45 minutes. But you know what? I can wrap you right now if you got 5 minutes. And so sometimes I can get people successful on the wrap and let them know it takes me like 5 minutes to wrap you. Or, you know what? And there's like, I don't have 25. You know what? If you don't have $25, if you can bring 5 friends and we can meet up, I'm going to wrap you for free if you can bring 5 friends with you. Because all them 5 friends, somebody going to buy a wrap and this going to come up and they're going to cover her wrap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my local customers, I always ask them, when's your next gathering that you have for your family? A lot of holiday stuff come up, or do you have any birthday parties, or when's the next shindig that you have? Do you mind if I come set up? I go to a salon. I ask them, when's the best time of your traffic for your people? Do you mind if I come in there and just set up a table for an hour? And I just kind of give them a little gift bag for a gesture of saying thank you for allowing me to come there and do that. So we just find any excuse just to set up somewhere.
Okay.
anywhere. So beauty salons, trying to get out in the opening, like if there's like a mall, if they got like a health thing going on, or if you know of something, just big events that you can get booked at. Also just private party, just randomly asking people, hey, do you have 5 people that you know that you can just come over? I got this new product. I would like for you guys to come try it, sip it, taste it, feel it for free. And basically when you get there, it's something they want and they're gonna be ready to buy. So really just showing them, let's just have this little get together. It's gonna take about 30 minutes of your time. Just invite the people. I do the work. Like that's it. And they usually are game for that, Yes, there are people that will cancel, but that's normal. Okay. So just using your customers, using your networks that you already have, your salon, your beauticians and stuff like that, using your network you already have. Hey, can I set up a table in here? Can I do this? Or do you know someone that might be interested in having a spa party for facials? Just asking everybody in your network, hey, I need to get hands-on with people. Like, who can you recommend, But a lot of them come from referrals, because usually after that, when I get to that party, I like to book another party while I'm at that party. Somebody there is going to host my next party.
That makes sense. And just being bold, I guess that's the thing. Like I'm like what do you call it? I'm probably an undercover blitzer. Like I'll leave blitz cards in random places, just hoping that someone picks it up rather than like going up and like handing it to somebody. It's a very rare.
Yeah. So yeah, you're the phantom blitzer. That's what I like to call it.
Or if I make sure I wear my It Works clothes. So as soon as I'm like walking into Chick-fil-A, someone's like, oh, hey, they'll ask questions about it, but it's not like I'm going up to them and asking. So just getting
so rule of thumb, y'all. This is what y'all could do. Anywhere you exchange your money, they need to have that card in their hand when you leave them.
I like that.
That's what I tell my team. If you're going somewhere to pay some money, they need to know what you do. If you're going into Walmart, or you're on a run, before you leave that store, you need to have a target of many people you need to talk to. If I'm going to Walmart, I'll be like, okay, my daughter, I'll say, Kennedy, how many people we need to talk to today? Okay, Mom, we need to talk to 5 people before we get out of here. Cool. Get your kids involved. They are bold. They do not care. They will tell you, my mom has these wraps. You probably want to try. They'll say anything and you segue it for you. But that's just the rule of thumb. Anywhere you're exchanging money, they need to have your card. They need to know what you have. You have value. You have a blessing. They need to know it. And then when you're going to these stores, give it a challenge for yourself. Challenge yourself to say, okay, before I leave out of here, I need to talk to 5 new people and put it in their hands. I need to put it in their hand. They need to know who I am, because I have a blessing and I got to share it. Because you can't get blessed if you do not share these blessings hands-on with people. So that's what we do.
Okay. And then, so you have a new baby. How old is she now?
She will be 1 next Saturday.
Oh.
This Saturday, actually, the 23rd.
Yeah, so you're a stay-at-home mom too. You were there with her whole year of life. So how did that, how was your time management as far as, being able to grow your family? And you have 3 kids. It's summertime. I know there's a lot of moms on here that might be off over the summer, or they want to spend more time with their kids. But, trying to balance running a business and spending time with family and spending time with your kids. What does a typical day look like for you? And then how do you balance it all?
So, guys, the people that have babies, pregnant brain is still real. I don't care how many times you have kids. I run off of my planner. If I don't write it down, it does not exist in my world. I have 3 kids. So my daughter, she's a competitive dancer. So I'm always running her. I just ran her to dance before we did this call. So running her to dance. I have a son, the middle son, and he is 4. He'll be 5. My baby and him have the same birthday. So they have the same. They're 4 years apart. So he's getting ready to go to kindergarten. So, running off of a planner. A lot of times with the new babies, until you can kind of get a schedule set for them, you kind of just got to wing it. But she's always with me. And so I can plan more around my older kids because, they're more in a schedule, But the baby, I kind of, know when her nap time is. So I try to work more hands-on when she's napping. So typically, I put my planner out and I teach my team, if you're going to work this part-time, figure out how much part-time are you willing to give your business. If you're doing if you're going to get a part-time job, 10 to 15 hours, what you signing up for. So what are you doing for your business? If you're going to do 10 hours, you need to do 2 hours a day for 5 days a week, or you need to figure it out. If you know you have, X, Y, and Z family stuff on the weekend that you're not going to really be on your phone to do a lot of the busy messaging and things of that nature, but you can do some interactions and stuff like that, then you need to put your busier work within those other days. So I teach them you need to get up earlier before your kids. So in the morning, before they get up, I'm doing my spiritual development and my personal development. I have to start my day with that because you never know what the day is going to entail with kids. Okay. And your team. Sometimes your team throw you for a loop sometimes. And you're just like, okay, Jesus, I need you to consume
like a
me.
woosah moment.
Yes, I need you to fulfill me so I can just shut the door and pour today. And I'm just gonna pour, and I'm not even gonna worry about it. But I have to fill myself up with Him first, right? And in my mind, I have to get my mental together. So prior to that, and then in breakfast, I do wake them up, get them some breakfast. Usually through breakfast, I'm kind of sending my key players of the day good morning messages, giving them some inspiration, giving them a little love or whatever, love on them a little bit. And then, in the morning, about mid-morning, Ava is going to take her nap. So that's when I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be sending my messages because when she's not crawling all over me, because she's busy now. So when she's not crawling all over me, I'm able to send a lot of messages. And so I set that aside, like, okay, Annie, you got follow-up. You got this many follow-up messages to do within this time period, about an hour, and you got this many new messages to kick out in an hour. It's set. I set the bar, right? And so about afternoon, they're ready to eat. So by that time, while they're eating, I can interact with people. I can go message on stuff, like not really the busy work, but just the kind of just looking, And then in the evening, it's kind of more chaotic because that's when a lot of the times are. So I usually, around this time, I'm not really on my phone too much unless it's like a training or something. But I usually do it when they go to sleep. You just have to make that sacrifice. I'm figuring it out, and you have to figure out what's going to work for your kids. If you have a set bedtime for your kids, cool, then you can work around that. But I try to just give them that time in between, like after that school time, give them that time because we're usually doing homework and stuff. But now it's summertime, so it's a lot different. But you have to set your schedule. If you don't plan your schedule, at least, get it on there. So that way, by the end of the night, if you miss something, you need to have it checked off before you lay your head down. So that way, you accomplished everything. And so sometimes it allows you have to stretch a little bit, but it goes back to how bad do you want it,
Exactly.
And summertime, it's, a lot more time that they need you because they're home unless they're in summer camp. But so I really recommend working on an organized schedule. If you know that if you work a 9 to 5, set aside those 2 hours that you can fully work your business to do the busy work. Because usually throughout the day you can respond and interact with people, your social skills, right? But that busy work, you want to make sure that it's set aside. So organization.
Okay, love it. And so let's talk about building. So you said that the team that you had, was it from double to your emeralds quit? And so you had to rebuild for a diamond. What did that structuring look like? Do you build wide or do you build just straight up and down? What's your mindset when it comes to building as far as enrolling new distributors?
Okay, so, I was kind of taught not to really go super wide because some people just don't take off. So you really have to milk your comp plan. So really building within your personally enrolled, as long as they're not placing so many levels down because you don't get so many, so it's kind of, it's tricky. It just depends. But I I have a girl that's a diamond and she's not really, doing anything right now. And she is on my maybe 3rd level or so, but she's my personally enrolled. So if I can build right in her front line and pop a new ruby somewhere and then build somebody else in her front line, she's still personally enrolled to me. So that's going to help her retain, which is going to give me my extra 5% on top of all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really look at your structure. You have to be mindful of where these people are placed at on your chart. Because you do get paid more on the certain level that you are placed. So you don't like to really place all the way down, guys. You have to really, see place within certain organizations and who's ever going to rise to the crop. They're going to rise,
Okay. And then when you're enrolling them, are you asking them any specific questions, trying to get a feel of what their goals are so kind of where to place them on your chart? Or is it just kind of an enrollment and you just trust your gut and say, I'm going to just place her here or place this person there?
you these days, you really, man, back when I first started, you could actually place people and feel more confident. These people these days, they sign and be a kidnapper, go ghost on you. I mean, do nothing and complain. You're like, well, you didn't even try. So I think for enrolling, you said for enrolling, right?
Yeah, like just, I know some people, the reason why I ask is because I've heard, well, I watched a training call the other day, and I think Kim Massengill does this too. Like, she has an interview sheet. It's kind of like she's interviewing, like asking these specific questions. Like, do you do that, or is it just kind of like just a regular DT enrollment?
Well, I have a conversation with them. I want to know what their what is their personal goal? Why do they need this business? I need to know why you need it. Because if it's not heartfelt and it's superficial, I'm going to tell them that's not going to keep you. You need to get down to the core. So I tell it, this is your onion. I need you to peel back that onion, because what happens when you peel back? Onions make you cry. I need you to feel why you're here, right? Because if you can't feel why you're here, I can't sit here and want it more than what you wanted if you don't care. Like, I can't. Okay, you can help 1,000 people, but you can help many people, but you can't carry 3 on your back and refuse to carry 3. Okay, so I asked them about, yes, so what are your goals for the next 3 to 6 months? Because you're getting paid to work on you. This is an investment in you, so you are going to have to use the product. You have to be your best customer. If you're not your best customer, your ceremonies, your testimonies are not going to happen. This is not sales, this is sharing. So if you're not going to be a good sharer, because if you're not well equipped to knowing about your product, you're not going to be confident in what you bring to the table. That's where word is bond. And so I'm asking them, what are your goals? So that way we can plot out, okay, if you're trying to lose this many pounds, I suggest you need to be on this product. So let's set up your auto ship for this, right? And I'm asking them their why. It has to be heartfelt. And if it's soft, y'all, I tell them, like, that's not good enough. Like, don't be afraid to tell them that's not going to keep you, because this is your time. This is your money. Like, this is your business. And you have to be okay with telling people, like, that's not going to really keep you. And if that's okay, if that's the point, I'll just start them off as a customer. How about let's get you some results, because your results get you the coins. And if you get results and you're getting excited about this product, it'll be easy for you to share. Okay. And if that's the thing. So if you can get through these questions with people, how long are you looking to give this a try? How much time are you looking to invest a week and be consistent? Because you have to be consistent in this. This is making you a profit for your fortune. This is not a get quick overnight thing. This is just not it. So if you're looking for that, this might not be the fit for you, right? And so I'm just gonna get real with them. Like, what are you looking for? And then we kind of just go through these questions. If you really feel that this person is not going to run with it or even attempt to, start them off as a customer. Be okay with turning them down, because at the end of the day, like, be okay with saying, you know what, I don't think this is going to be the right fit for you right now, but we can start you off as a customer. When you start off as a customer, I can give you my discount. I can help you get your goals off the bat. And so that way, when you get your goals, you're going to be so excited, and you're going to be so excited to share everything. And so that's going to be easy for you to make money. And so I'm kind of pinpointing those questions, y'all. Like, any of those questions that you have problem with people, I need to know, this time investment. How much are you willing to give? How much money are you looking to make? Because if there's time to the money don't add up, that, like, I only want to work 5 hours, but I need $2,000.
Right.
Like, that's not going to cut it. So you need to be real with them. That's not going to cut it, boo. Like, that's not it. You need to be real with them. Let them know this is a business. This is a business. You're investing in yourself, and you're not by yourself. So it's really big, and so I'm really telling them this is a share business. And so I try to dig a little bit deep, pulling back the onion. So stop being so superficial. Like, if they're working a business, like, if they're not working a business, if they're working a 9 to 5 already, they're already in survival mode. You know how to survive. You know how to pay your bills. You know how to make ends meet. I'm here to help you dream a lot bigger and help you to get some things off the ground and kind of go further and getting that extra. So that way you can put extra on a credit card bill that you're already paying, but you can pay it off faster. I'm helping you build a savings because you don't have a savings. Or I'm helping you, get those trips that you want to take with your kids that you can't afford because you're in survival mode. So, I kind of break it down for them too, like, you're already in survival mode. Like, you're already in that mode. Like, what extra do you want,
Exactly.
And kind of go from there, y'all.
And you can really speak on that, especially like I never knew that you lost your job when you first started. And I know there are people on our team that are in situations like that, like they need this money. Like how was that for you? Because I know we had a call like a few months ago about like operating in fear, you know, when we are in that really tight space of living paycheck to paycheck, or maybe we're behind on our bills, or maybe we just lost our job and this is literally our only source of income. And, you know, we could easily say, you know, this just isn't for me. Like, what made you just keep running with this to like say, you know, I'm going to keep doing this regardless of how it looks? You know, I have, you know, hope that it can become something. You're a triple diamond now, you know, making 5 figures a month. You could have easily walked away from this when you started.
You know, when it happened, I was just like, okay. So, you know, it was my plan B, and I just wanted an extra $500. And so when they let me go, I was just like, okay, I'm tired of people dictating my time. I'm tired of people telling me how much I'm worth. I know I'm worth so much more. You know, I know that I can do more, you know, but I'm just kind of in a box with you guys, you know, with this company. But I mean, it was great. And it was just stable income, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. And so I think my plan B going plan A really pushed me out the gates as ignorance on fire. I just was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it work. This is my only option. You know, when you let yourself have options, you're not going to really go full throttle, you know, but if you like, this is my only option and this is the only way that my family's going to eat, then this is what I'm going to do. Exactly. You kind of put that on yourself. You guys, it was not easy. It was not easy. You guys, I went through a repro. My kids' tuition was behind. You know, my bills, they were behind. And it was just the grace of God, just really just focusing on him and saying, listen, I'm going to do whatever you need me to do. I just need to focus on you. I just need you to just come through and just deliver. I'll do whatever you need me to do. You know, it wasn't easy, y'all. It wasn't. And it's not meant to be easy, because every test is building character in you. It's pulling strength that you never knew that you could have or had. And that's, you know, it's really him working through you with that strength, right? And so, yeah, my kids were going to get kicked out of school. My daughter's dance was behind. You know, everything was just closing in, but I was just focused on the work. Did I have to make more sacrifices? Was it less sleeping? Yeah. But was it worth it? Yes. $60,000 of bonuses? Yes, it was worth it. It was worth it. Was I, you know, when they came and got my car, it was so crazy. They came and got my car right after I promoted double. They came and picked it up. The money ain't deposited in my account yet, and it was so crazy. They came and picked it up, and I didn't even cry. Like, I didn't even cry. The next week, my husband's like, are you okay? And, you know, that next week, the money hit, and I was able to go write the check for my car and get it out and pay it back full and be ahead.
That is such a
and pay my bills. It was crazy, y'all. And like I said, you know, I was living off credit cards. I paid off $25,000 of credit card debt with this company.
Wow.
So if I can do it, you're no different.
Exactly.
You're not. You just have to decide. You really have to decide and figure out what are you going to sacrifice to get you where you want to be tomorrow. So yeah, with the job situation, like that was crazy. Like that's the thing now. The stability of these jobs aren't good anymore. Like they can let you go, and then what are you gonna do? A lot of us don't have no money saved. We can't. We're on survival mode. We living from paycheck to paycheck and barely getting by, right? And so you just have to decide that you're willing to go as hard as you work for somebody else, but work for yourself just as harder.
Yes.
Even harder. Show up like you show up to that job when you don't want to go. Show up when you don't want to feel like it for yourself. It's no different. But you just got to have that discipline. You got to have the discipline.
That's the key word. Because we have no bosses. Like some people come in thinking this is like a job. Like, you know, McKaysa or Andrea is going to tell me, you know, I need to do this every single day. You know, like she's going to come and say, these are your tasks for the day. And if that does happen, like I always tell my girls, like that's a blessing that you have somebody that's texting you your 6 list for the day. Like that is a blessing. Not everybody has that privilege. So, you know, and we are, you're in business for yourself, and you know it takes discipline to be successful in something like this. Like you have to do it without looking for a pat on the back or for someone to say this is what you need to do. You know, you have to do it for you and your family. So I love that.
Yeah. And so, I always try to teach my people to think like a business owner. I let them know I'm not your boss, but
Mm-hmm.
excuse me, like I ask them, what are you going to do for your business this week? Set out your week ahead of you so you know what you're coming against. So that way when things come and happen, you already set to your schedule. You know that this time I need to be doing this. So everything else, that are non-negotiables, we put out non-negotiables. What things are you not willing to be negotiable for your life throughout the week? Whether it's like reading books with your baby, family time for an hour. What are some non-negotiables you're not willing to give up on this journey? And you got to have like at least 3 or so, right? And then after that, everything else don't matter. Anything else that come against you, it don't matter. You got to fight through it.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Because I think that's one thing. We give ourselves too much chill. Like we give ourselves, and like you said, some people want people to come because people come into this business y'all with a 9-to-5 mindset. This ain't that, boo. This ain't it. You have to be your own boss. You have to be your self motivator. You have to be your own cheerleader. Like I'm here to coach you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to run with you, but I can't do the work for you.
Exactly. Yes, and doing it full time, I think that was like a kicker for me like when I first left my job for like 2 months, I was just chilling like, oh, this is what this is all about. I just sit up, do whatever I want, go out to eat with this person, go get drinks, go to happy hour, and then before I knew it, I was like, wait, I have to take some time to do a routine to run my business. So like having too much free time is also like something that you have to like work on too. Like you have to have that discipline to sit down and say, this is what my schedule is going to look like. Like in my phone, my day is planned out to a T, like every single event down to breakfast, dropping Riley off. Like that's the only way that I'll function. Like it has to be scheduled to a T.
It has to. Otherwise you'll look up and you'll be like, I didn't do nothing today.
Yes. And then there's another day that passes and then another day. And then it's like a whole week of like not doing anything. So yeah.
And then don't forget that you got laundry to do and you got to cook and prepare and you got to make sure the home front's good. And, I'm a wife too. So if anybody's wife, you got to make sure you have time with hubby too. And I mean, like, it's, it's not an easy task, but if it were easy, more people would be doing it.
Exactly. Okay. So it's about 8:45. So if you guys have any questions, type it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask. And then we'll wrap this on up.
Hey, Andrea, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. I wanted to know if you would restate the questions that you asked to potential distributors.
Yep. So pretty much what I asked them is, what is your why? Why are you really needing this to work for you? How much time are you willing to give invested? Because this is a part-time position. So, if you go work for a job, you're going to work about 10 to 15 hours. So, a week, how much are you willing to consistently give? And I'll help you get your schedule organized, but you got to tell me what you're willing to give, sorry, brain fart. So how much money are you looking to make? And then what's your, does it line up? Be real with them. You can ask them, kind of ask them a little bit about themselves so you can know their work ethic. You can kind of pick their brain. Like, how would you work? How would you be if you didn't have a boss? Like, the work that you do now, yes, you do work because you're under somebody's thumb. But if you didn't really have a boss, like, would you be just as motivated? Would you be just as grounded? How is your discipline? Stuff like that. So just really questions picking at their character a little bit. Asking them the next 3 to 6 months, what kind of goals do they have to work on themselves? Because guess what, y'all? If y'all don't know this already, your problems you have before the business will come out when you get in this business. So if you have self problems before you come in this business, they're going to come out full throttle, so you are getting paid to work on you. And so I'm just kind of asking them, what kind of goals do you have for yourself for the next 3 to 6 months so I can help you customize something for you? Okay. So kind of stuff like that.
Jamil, if you got those, can you type them in our group chat so we can all take advantage?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any other questions?
If you can screenshot this for me and send it to me, that'd be great. How much are you? Oh, she's typing the question.
Oh, she's writing the questions out.
Yeah, I was like, huh? How much I want to make? I thought that was for me. I was like, girl. We're working on it.
Right.
It's a journey, honey. It's a journey, and just embrace your journey. And don't get so sidetracked with everybody else's journey, how fast they move or whatever, because you don't know nobody's work ethic. You don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what they're sacrificing. You don't know how many hours they're putting in behind the scenes. You just don't know. You don't know what season they're in. So really be big on that. Try not to compare. I know it's hard. Social media can have you in a big comparison thing, and have you kind of like messing with your mental. So just protect your peace. For a word to the wise, protect your peace. And if you see some things that are kind of get you sidetracked, you might want to unfollow or unfriend until you're mentally ready to go back.
I like that. Yes. And so
Yeah,
many times we'll look like when someone that we that came in the business with us or even after us, if they're like promoting, like maybe we're stuck at distributor, they've gone on to Ruby, then Emeralds, and we're like, what am I doing wrong? It's just not your time yet. Like, and you have to like realize that it's just not your time. And maybe God's working on you a little bit more so that you're ready to get to diamond.
That's exactly what he's doing. So you have to ask yourself, okay, if I'm still here, let me be the highest paid Ruby, triple, double, whatever, while I'm here, and let me get all the gems that I need to get me to the next level. So I'm mentally prepared for what's going to come next. Because guess what? When that next level comes and that blessing happens, guess what? There's going to be some more things that's going to come your way. And he has to make sure that you are mentally prepared to handle all that. And the thing is, y'all, with wanting the extra income, he needs to make sure you're going to do right with the money too. That's a big thing. So you have to kind of check yourself. Because I know sometimes, guys, it's easy to get these big checks and be like, oh my God, I'm going to go do this.
Right.
And you kind of just be like, well, this was your extra. That wasn't for this, to kind of be grounded. And so just learn all it is to learn where you are in your season that you are. So that way you're mentally prepared for that next level, and the whole level, like the money aspect, the duties, the things that he wants you to do in that next level and everything. So
love it. Okay, so Mariah asked, did you start selling before you started getting results from products? So I'm guessing she's asking, like, when you first started, were you selling the products before you actually got results yourself? And Mariah is one of our newer distributors. Welcome to the team.
Hi, welcome. So when I started, I got my first 4 loyal customers the first day. Like when my DTs come in, I say, you need to have your first 4 in the first 48 hours. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. So set that bar for them. Like, and then you'll see how serious they are too. They're gonna drag their feet.
And what steps do you give to like help newer distributors kind of like get their first 4?
Okay, so when I say, if you have a list of people that you need to call, like if your lights went off, who are the first people that come to mind? Make that list, right? 15 people. And then we're gonna get them on the phone. I make them get on the phone and be bold. Like, skip the messaging. You know these people. Let's get them on the phone. I'll be on a 3-way to help you. Let's get them on the phone. Let's see what their goals are the next 3 to 6 months. Let them know why you're doing this and what you're doing. And, and then we can just go from there. You want to know, they need to lead with why they're doing it, because if you know this person, they're going to care about you most of the time, right? So if you're like, I'm trying to do this because I need to do this for my baby, and this is the way that I'm going to be able to do this, and, I get to help you in exchange. So, what kind of things, what kind of goals do you have for yourself? Or, we had that conversation about your blood pressure, and, oh my gosh, I can help you get on Vital Core Omega, some extra vitamins, because, you're talking about your cholesterol, and then your blood pressure was your green chews and stuff like that. So you just kind of use your conversations you had before with people. If they were talking about they need to lose weight or whatever, that's how you pinpoint people. Like, people that want to grow their hair out. People that have high blood pressure. So we kind of just had that raw conversation, and then they just kind of just brainstorm with who they know, starting with their inner circle, and then we kind of work out.
Gotcha. And when you first started, like, what was your confidence? Like, did you feel like more insecure, like going to someone and approaching them about the products with you not have tried like the greens per se, or It's Vital Core, Thermophyte? Like, were you okay with approaching people without trying those products?
Most definitely I was. Most definitely. Like, that was the thing. I didn't even get to try it. And I told them. Listen, I told them, I said, I'm new to this, but I'm so excited because these other testimonies and stuff, I shared what I had already. And I let them know, because I was trying to get that 120 product credit because that's when that was around. And so that's how I got my stuff, because I didn't have money to buy no product. I didn't have no extra money to just swipe and do, you guys. I didn't. And so I got my first 4 loyal customers so I can hurry up and get that 120 and cash out on myself so I can use product for free. And so we still have that $100 shopping free going on now. So that's how people can turn and get these results. And so I just let people know, I haven't tried it, but, I have these testimonies of my upline or someone on my team. This is her result from utilizing this. And a lot of times, if they're people and they really trust you, they know that you're not going to bring them no crap. If they really, you know what I'm saying? And that's just being real. But this is who you find out who in your corner too when you do this.
And some people will just genuinely support you just because it's you, Yep,
they will.
Love it, love it. Any other questions? We have about 5 more minutes at most.
Andrea, I just wanted to say thank you because I really needed that nugget that you just dropped about being focused and staying in your lane and not trying to be competitive with other people on our team and, kind of having your blinders on because I'm pushing for Ruby. And when I first started, my sponsor added me to all these group chats. And, oh, my God, y'all go hard in those group chats. And I kept seeing DT number 1, DT number 3, DT 5. I'm like, oh my God, like I've been in here 2 months and I ain't got one DT yet. Like I had to, seriously, I had to put you guys on mute because I'm like, I can't. I kept saying to myself, I cannot do this. I'm getting loyal customers, but I'm not getting distributors. And then I had a moment like, okay, I just have to wait for my time, period. I just have to wait for my time. And then it came within the last 3 weeks. I got 2 distributors and I've already added them to the team. So thank you for that, because that was confirmation that I needed.
You're welcome. I know that's one thing with the group chats. I kind of ease back on those because, they come in, they're like, whoa, oh my gosh. So a lot of times when I bring them in, I work 1-to-1 with them, hand to hand, just coming in with their 4 loyals so I can see how fast they're going to run, if they're going to walk or they're going to run. Then you can kind of see how much time you're willing to give them, and then I kind of ease them into the chat. But the first thing, they need to come in the door and get their first 4 loyals knocked out.
Love it. So you don't do launch parties. You just do the 3-way calls.
I do both. We do both.
Okay.
It just depends. A lot of if they're launching, if they're not somewhere where I can get to, we're online launching. Or if somebody's in the area, I'll try to get someone in person. But I try to launch them like ASAP, like turn around and launch them. That's big because you need them to do that as well. Because you need them to secure those 4 coming in the door, and then possibly have some teams that want to join them already. So yes, launch party it, but also get them on calls. Like I give them my time. Like that first week that they come in, if I see how they're working, then I might be willing to give them more of my time and schedule it out because they're they joined you for a reason. So they want you to pour into them a little bit, but I can only hold your hand so much, and I let them know, you only have me for about this long, but then you got to be able to,
maneuver in the group situation type. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And kind of task for task. If you give them task for task, because if you give them a whole list of things, I think it's overwhelming for people nowadays. It never used to be like that, but nowadays I think the new breed of people, they just like, you just need, give me 4 things, let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the next. Like
I don't even think I had tasks when I first started, but I guess now it's like you have to have like this whole little breakdown of this is what's needed, and then that, and then that, and then this. Like, yeah.
I know. It's crazy. It's a different breed. I don't know. It's just a different season. I don't know. Yeah, but it tests your leadership skills on what you're willing to be paid for and everything too. So, and it helps their duplication process too. So when they're getting their people, they're gonna be
able to do it again. Yeah, so that does help.
Yep. So that's big.
All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I don't see any other questions in the chat, I don't think. Any others before we get off?
I'm reading a note.
I think Saderica was writing. I don't have my glasses on. Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Are you going to Green Carpet next month?
I will be there.
All right. Well, we will see you then.
Yeah,
I know. We never get pictures. We always speak and like hug, but never get pictures. We'll have to get a picture.
Never get pictures. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for hopping on, and I'm going to be praying for your push to presidential. I'm sure it's going to happen soon.
It's in the works.
Yes,
Lord Jesus.
it'll happen.
Thank you.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Thank you, ladies. Good luck.